down here is Cape Canaveral, and of course the rockets fly up the coast on these northern trajectories. I imagine stage set happens here off Charleston. The first stage lands here off the coast of North Carolina on the barges. South Carolina, North Carolina, that's right out here. So we have a pretty good view of the first stage reentry burn that happens, right in here, and it's actually over the horizon where we can see it. The landing burn happens beyond the horizon. We cannot see the landing burn, but we also then have a pretty good view of the second stage continuing on up the coast, and I get that in this video. My perspective is going to be about right like this is how I'm looking on this video from Wrightsville Beach, Masonboro Island, North Carolina, right here. And I'm at this Trails End boat ramp. I live pretty close, and I'm actually out here on this pier, and I'm on the end of this pier and I'm filming this way to catch that reentry burn. So I'm filming to the south. The ocean is out this way, as well as Masonboro Island. And let's roll that beautiful beam footage. Good morning from Wilmington, North Carolina. Watching Polaris dawn at dawn. Alright, looks like it's launching. It's up, so we're getting ready to see it. Alright, she's leaving Cape Canaveral. I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina, about 400 miles to the north. And I'm on the coast, and we're getting ready to see this thing fly by. Should be beautiful. Should get pre-dawn illumination here.
35 seconds into the Polaris dawn mission. Flying crew on board Dragon and Falcon 9 to new heights. Power and telemetry nominal. And we're throttling down in preparation for max Q. Max O'Meara. Call out. Vehicle supersonic. And there on the left side, got the Polaris dawn supersonic. Thumbs up from the pilot on the left side there. Max Q. We're throttled back up to power. 1 Bravo. And we heard the call out 1 Bravo. Copy, 1 Bravo. That just tells the crew what would happen should they need to initiate anything. Right now, everybody making nominal call outs on Falcon 9. Nice views from the ground camera. And nice views from inside Dragon. Impact chill is underway. The announcement lets us know we've begun the final chill of the second stage engine. Preparation for its activity coming up at about T plus 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Two minutes into flight. Everything continues to look good. We'll have, in half a minute, 3 major activities. Shutdown of the 9 Merlin 1D engines, stage separation, and then ignition of the second stage engine.
Still don't see it. I'm looking for it.
Acceleration now for the crew, just below 4 Gs. See, we're coming up.
Stage separation is just over Charleston, South Carolina, about 130 miles to our south.
There's Miko. Preparing for Miko. Main engine cut off. 2 Alpha. Stage separation confirmed.
As you can tell by the cheers behind us and the views on your screen, the first stage booster now on its way to attempt landing on just read the instructions. Second stage there on the right-hand side of your screen. You can see that the first stage has not yet reached its apogee. You can see the altitude there. Lots of thumbs up there. Excuse me, from pilot Scott Kidd-Poteet. Now 3.5 minutes into the Polaris Dawn mission. First stage continuing to make its way up to its apogee. We'll see that altitude begin to slow down.
Dragon, SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
Great news there, indicating that the second stage trajectory is looking good.
Let's go and see it.
This is so crazy.
Now the grid fins have deployed on the first stage. If we get first stage views, we might be able to see the Florida coast in the background. Oh, there, right there. Yeah, we sure can. Once again, our drone ship is attempting to land on, our booster is attempting to land on our drone ship. Just read the instructions.
Yeah, Discord, chat in Discord was pointing out that we were seeing thumbs up from Scott Kidd-Poteet, the pilot of this mission, despite 3.5 Gs. But you have to understand, Scott is an F-16 fighter pilot, and 3.5 Gs is absolutely nothing for this guy. And all of them, all 4 of them in here have trained extensively in fighter jets and have experienced extremely high G environments. So this is a walk in the park for them, which is half the reason why you do fighter jet training, so that when you get to these environments of 3-4 Gs, no big deal.
And that'll be around T plus 9 minutes. That one will be just a single engine burn. And that will bring the booster down for a soft landing on our drone ship. Around the same time as that, we expect to see Dragon be injected into orbit. Everything continuing to look good for second stage.
Okay,
there on
I
the
got it.
right-hand side of your screen.
Very faint.
Beautiful glow with that MVAC engine nozzle.
This has got to be the most.
We can see the crew
It's
settling.
passing Orion's belt right now.
I think this is by far the most internal views we've seen during a launch.
Comfortable there at T plus 6 minutes. They're at about 4 Gs.
Sunlight's starting to light up the
and
contrail.
everything looks good. First stage continuing its descent.
Go Polaris
down to
Dawn.
planet Earth.
Should get the re-entry
Now you
burn
see
on
on
the
the left
booster at
side,
least.
You can
Still not
see
illuminated
2
really
things that
good
are
by
telling
the.
you that the booster's re-entering. Number one is its altitude is decreasing. So, despite when it separates from the second stage, the booster's still ascending. It's still following its ballistic trajectory. So it still is increasing in altitude and then falls because it doesn't just let go right when it's at the peak of its altitude. It wants to mostly inject a lot of velocity. So it still has a lot of inertia going upward, and basically, goes up and falls back down. You can see its altitude is decreasing on the left. On the right, that is the second stage. The right-hand side of the screen shows the second stage numbers. Speed is increasing, altitude is increasing, which makes sense for this mission profile.
Oh, they're starting to
2
light up
burns that
now.
the first stage will perform.
Starting to light up now. She's up in the sunlight. There she is.
Amount of drag experienced by the first stage.
That's the second stage. Oop, here's landing burn. Landing burn. That's the re-entry burn. I'm sorry. That's the first stage coming down there off Wilmington, North Carolina. Entry burn shut down, and then there's the second stage going on. So entry burn shut down. I got the entry burn too. That's awesome. Second stage is really rocking through the sky now.
So yeah, they turned off second stage
Alright,
flight
standing
termination
by
system.
for entry burn begin.
They already did the entry burn. Already got it.
On the first stage, there on the left-hand side of your screen.
Flying into daylight, you can see daylight on the horizon there on the left.
And right on time, you can see on your left-hand screen that the entry burn has begun. There's 3 engines lit on that first stage view.
Mars atmosphere. There you can see that the engines have now shut down on that first stage. That concludes the entry burn. And the cool part about this, with the Stage 1 vehicle returning back to Earth, is we get to fully utilize the atmosphere. The atmosphere actually...
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance.
The atmosphere actually scrubs about 70% of the velocity on the vehicle. So we use that entry burn to help slow the vehicle down. Then we utilize the atmosphere and the drag from the atmosphere to slow the vehicle down. And then we do have one single burn for the landing burn.
Copy, Shannon.
And next up will be Seco 1, and that is second stage engine cutoff 1, and that'll be off the second stage. That MVAC engine on the right-hand screen will shut down and allow the vehicle with dragon attached to coast.
MVAC shut down.
There's that shutdown. The landing burn on the first stage should be starting up here momentarily.
There we go.
And there it is. Landing burn has begun.
Driving SpaceX nominal orbit insertion.
Driving SpaceX launch escape system disarmed.
The booster has landed successfully. You can't see the second stage anymore, but it's probably up off of Main at this point.
Here in Hawthorne, we've also confirmed MVAC engine shutdown and orbital insertion.
God keep the members of the Polaris Dawn safe, and I'm glad that the deputy that came by didn't go investigate me. The park that I'm in is officially closed, at night, but we're talking about it's 10 minutes before dawn. I was gonna stay and see if this contrail got illuminated any, but it's really cool because just above that is Jupiter, and the first star to the left and below Jupiter is the brightest star in the center of the screen there, and the star just to the low and left of Jupiter is Mars. So this thing flew by just under Mars, which is pretty awesome.
Thank you for watching. Got more videos on the way. Like and subscribe.